So I was going to do, my objective is to understand how to solve addition and subtraction problems with positive and negative integers. So that would be adding two positive integers, adding two negative integers, and then a positive and a negative integer. So that's my objective, understand those. And then I started off with what is integers. So integers are whole numbers plus their counterparts less than 0 and 0. So the negative integers would be -1, -2, -3, -4. And then the positive integers would be 1, 2, 3, and so on. So I wanted to start off by giving an example of a number line, because that was the easiest way for me to solve problems. When I was younger, I really liked using number lines. So what I did is I did just a picture of one and I added numbers. I started with doing -4 plus 3. That was going to be my first example. So I started with -4 and I went all the way to like +3, just so I had enough numbers in there to solve the problem. And so I started on -4 and then I did my arrows and I went 1, 2, 3. So what number do you end at when you're here? 1, -1. Another way to look at it, if somebody didn't understand that, I said that when you're looking at these types of numbers, you want to find like the largest absolute value. So the largest one would be -4. So we're going to keep that negative. And then the smaller one was 3. So you could just do 4 minus 3, which is 1, and then understand that we're keeping the negative there, and then it would be -1. But I thought it was easier to do it in a way like this, just so people can see it and they can count it out in real time. Another way I did it was a chip model. I'll show another example. I'm going to do candy. I'll show you that. But another one that I wrote down was the chip model. This would be for two positive integers. So I did 4 plus 3. So I did first 4 positive numbers. So if I was teaching my little sister, I would say, okay, like we're going to start with 4 cookies. And then we're going to eat 3 more cookies. Now we're going to count all these cookies up together. And then how many do we have left? And so we'd count all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cookies. That's how many we ate. It's a lot of cookies. But yeah, so that's how I did that one. And then I did candy. Okay. So you guys probably don't know what this is, but this is Baci. I used Baci as it's an Italian candy. It's very good. But I was going to use Baci as my positive integers, and I was going to use Reese's for my negative integers. So the first problem I did was -2 plus -6. So then you have to look at, are we using positives or negatives? I'm going to start, and we're only using negatives. So I'm just going to use my Reese's. So I did it this way. So say somebody eats 2 Reese's. So I'd put them down. It'd be easier in person, but I would put them down in front of them. And then they ate 6 more. So then we'd count out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want, you can write it down or tell me the answer. But -2 plus -6, if you counted them all up together in real time, if you were here, would be what? Yes. If you look like
-8.
Yeah. So that would be that one. So that'd be how many Reese's that we ate. And then I did -3 minus 5. So this one was a little bit different because now we've got a negative and a negative next to each other. When that happens, they turn into a positive. So I've always written it like that. Whenever I see 2 negatives next to each other, I immediately change them both to a positive. I don't know if you can see it there, but I changed them both to positive. So then it would be -3 plus 5. To show it that way, I went back to the number line because I thought that was a little bit easier. So just like we did before, I put the number line out. I did numbers in between those so I could have enough space to get the actual answer. And then I started at -3. Okay. And then I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what number did I end on? I look and I'm at 2. So -3 plus 5 or minus -5 is 2. And then for my summary, I said, normally I would have you guys do it with me if you were there, but adding two positive integers always gives a positive sum. Adding two negative integers always gives a negative sum. And adding positive and negative integers keeps the sign of the number with the bigger value, and you subtract the smaller value from the larger one. That's it.